Hello guys, greetings from a coder's journey. This is the 5th episode of our course about CQRS using the MediatR library. I hope you've enjoyed watching the previous videos and you are eager to start implementing some commands, queries, and handlers. As I told you, the fun part starts from this episode. I know that, so far we have basically talked mostly about theoretical stuffs, and we have basically set up the project inside of our Visual Studio, instance. But right now that we've got everything set up, we need to start implementing our queries, our commands, and then implement some handlers for them. So yeah, let's get to this. This section introduces MediatR requests, which are simple request response style messages handled by a single handler. We will implement a query to retrieve all employees from our fake data store. So creating a query, it is called get employees query. So as a convention, you need to add a suffix to your queries. So the suffix is query. For commands, it's going to be commands, right? Or command. And for handlers, it's going to be handler. And of course, what I need to do, or what I need to tell you right now, is that for queries, commands, and handlers, we're going to create types. We're going to create classes, right? So I told you we're going to have a folder called queries, right? And then inside of that folder, we're going to create a class called getEmployeeQuery, which is, as you can see here, which is inheriting from this interface. This interface, this iRequest interface, is coming from the iMediator. So I have used the MediatR namespace here. I am creating a record for my query. So it is considered to be a best practice to create your queries, sometimes commands, as records, not classes, because of the features of records, because of the fact that records could be more lightweight than commands, than classes. So the name of the query is getEmployeeQuery. It is inheriting from iRequest, and this interface, as I told you, comes from the MediatR. And then inside of this generic interface, you're gonna specify the type of response that this query is expected to return. So we've got this query, right? And this query is when invoked and handled, it's gonna return a list of employees as its response. So whenever you create a query, you need to inherit from iRequest, and inside of that iRequest, as a generic interface, you need to specify the type of the response. So the type of the response is a list of employees. Why? Because getEmployees, if you take a look at the name, is expected to return several employees. So basically a list of employees, right? So yeah, this record, getEmployeeQuery, represents our request to get our employees. It implements the iRequest list of employee, indicating that this request will return a list of employee objects. Back to our project, if I navigate to branch number 5, you will see that inside of the queries, I've got this getEmployees, right, record. It is inheriting from iRequest list of employee. Back to our note. Now for our request, we need a handler. So again, we need to create a folder called handlers. And inside of that folder, we're going to create a new class called getEmployeesHandler. So basically, as a convention, what you need to do is to take the name of your query, getEmployees, and then add the word handler at the end, right? This is going to be the name of your file. And your type, of course, your class. So let's talk about this. As you can see here, I've got this getEmployeesHandler, and it is inheriting, or it is implementing this interface, iRequestHandler, right? So when we wanted to create a query, we implemented the interface iRequest. For a handler, iRequestHandler. And inside of this interface, because this is a generic interface, first you need to specify the name of the query get employees query is the type of the query that this handler is going to handle, and then the return type, which is, as I told you, a list of employees. So remember, for iRequest handler, which is the interface that you need to implement when you are creating a handler, right? You need to specify two things: the type of your query and the type of the response that query is supposed to return. And then, as you can see here, I've got my fake data store, right? I've got my fake data store. I am capturing the fake data store inside of a private read-only field. And then this interface gives us this method that we need to handle. So this method basically contains the logic which will run when like a get employee query is created and is going to be handled. So inside of this, as you can see, I am receiving an object of type get employees query, which is of course the query that we created. And then I've got a cancellation token that I can use if we want to, handle asynchronous operations, which we're not going to deal with right now. And basically, what I am doing here is that I am using my fake data store, right, to return all of the employees. This method is defined inside of my, fake data store. So basically, as I told you, this handle method is responsible for running some piece of code, and that code is responsible for creating the response that this query expects, which is, as I told you, a list of employees. So here, this method is going to return a list of employees. Let me show you. So if I go to Visual Studio, right, inside of my handlers, I've got this get employees handler. The name of the request is get employees query, get employees handler. As you can see, it is implementing iRequest handler, get employee query, get employees query, which is the type of the query, list of employee, the return, the thing that the query is going to return after it has been handled, and then my dependency on my fake data store, and then the single method coming from the iRequest handler, handle, like an object of type get employees query, which is of course the type of my query, my cancellation token, and then I am using my dependency on my fake data store, and I am invoking this method get all employees that will return like a list of employees, right? So this will return a list of employees. A list of employees is what this query is expected to return, right? So basically, this is the handler for this command. And then using MediatR, I mean, the MediatR library is gonna like set up the communication between our query and our handler. So basically, we're gonna create a query. You will see shortly. We're gonna create a query, right? We're gonna dispatch it using our MediatR, and the MediatR will know based on the setup that we have created here, will know what handler is responsible for handling that request, and it's going to use that handler to produce the response of that query, and then is going to give us the response of that query, right? So this is the way that the MediatR library is going to work. Back to our note. So the get employees handler implements this interface that we talked about. This signifies that this handler is responsible for processing the get employees query and returning a list of employees, right? And then the handle method takes the request and a cancellation token as parameters and retrieves a list of employees from the fake data store. What I want you to remember is how these two, a query and its corresponding handler, are linked. So basically here, right, there is no trace of the handler that is supposed to handle this request, but the handler, right, the handler is connected to the query. How? First, here, as you can see, inheriting from iRequest handler, I have specified the type of the query that this handler is supposed to handle and the type of response that this handler is supposed to return. And inside of its handle method, again, I am receiving a request object, which is of the type of the query that this handler is linked to, right? Get employees query. And this is the connection between a handler and a query. And then, as I told you, you will see in the next video, by the way, as I told you, the mediator library, when we dispatch a query or a command, doesn't matter, with the mediator library, it will know what handler is responsible for handling that request. And I told you, we're going to see that in action in the next episode. And that was it. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. I'll see you in the next episode. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed watching this video, and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye-bye.